minutes, to return to the main room. After that, the session will be guided by MC Yusak Satria to do the closing. In this closing session, there will be closing remarks from Mr. Nico. That's our sequence of events today. It will be nice before starting the event. We open it with a prayer. All right, I lead the prayer in the Christian faith. Uh, Everyone, you can follow with your own belief. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. God, today we will carry out our webinar program, which will start soon. We ask for your blessing and protection so that our event today run fluently. Amen. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our webinar today. I also would like to greet CEO of Network Security Training Center, Dr. Francisca Endang Lestari Ningsi, and of course, our speaker from Network Security Training Center and our moderators. Can we give an applause for them?
Okay, can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, thank you so much, William, for giving me time to give my remarks. So sorry if it's quite noisy here because I have some a meeting here in my room. All right, William and others, thank you so much. And I hope that the seminar with the title of the seminar is, wait, I forget the title of the seminar. Can you share? Oh yeah, it's the role of cybersecurity in the digital world. We know that in our Z generation is all about digital. So I think cybersecurity is very important. So this webinar will be useful for everyone and especially for the participants who are the participants of this webinar, and hopefully all the presenters, you can give insight to the participants and also everyone watching this webinar so that they can have new knowledge about cybersecurity in the digital world. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you very much and happy having the webinar. Thank you, William.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, our webinar, The Role of Cybersecurity in the Digital World, is held in collaboration with AWS Academy and Cisco Networking Academy. This webinar will talk about the important role of cybersecurity, the risks and opportunities that might be found in the cyberspace. The main topic of today's webinar is network security, the role of cybersecurity in the digital world. For the next 2.5 hours, together, we will discuss it with our speakers. All right, without further ado, I invite the moderators to guide the event.
For the room one can stay here, and for the others can go to the each of the room breakout rooms.
Where the breakout rooms? For room 2?
You can search. You didn't get invited? Try it.
Yes, I don't get invited.
Can the moderators, MC, can you guide them?
I'm in room 2, not room 1.
Excuse me, the main room is for room 1, room 1 is for room 2, room 2 is for room 3. All right, I will rename it, sorry.
Sorry, ma'am. Can you invite me to room 2, ma'am?
Sure. William in room 2 or room 3?
Sorry, ma'am. Room 3, ma'am. Sorry.
So you should be in room 2, yeah. Wait.
Okay.
Tasha, you are right, you are in room 1 because the main room is room 1.
Sorry, ma'am. I'm disconnected.
Oh, okay.
I'm in with Felix and Nicholas in room 1 or room 2, ma'am?
It's room 1, it's right.
Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So I'm the moderator of
Ma'am.
room.
I haven't been able
The main
to
room,
pick
room
what
1.
room.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Tania?
I think I am in room 3.
Yeah, room 3 is now room 1, room 2. So the main room is for room 1.
But I not assigned to room 2, ma'am.
Oh, I see. Wait, Tania. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Effie, you are in
Room 3.
Effie. Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm the moderator of room 2, but I still haven't assigned yet.
What's your name?
Nico.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Oh, so Dayon. Thank you, ma'am.
Tania, you should join room 1, please.
Room 1.
Yeah,
Not
room 1
room-
now is room 2 because room 1 is for the main room.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so welcome to today's seminar. I am Damianus Atisanta Sasakirana, the moderator of today's seminar, and I'm very happy to see you here and welcome all of you to this seminar today. And today's seminar is about the role of cybersecurity in the digital world. So we have a total of 3 presenters today with us. So the first speaker today is Mr. Abraham. Mr. Abraham is one of the greatest professor and a chair of the National Security Affairs Department at the U.S. Naval War College and faculty of affiliate at the Belfer Center for Science and International Affairs at the Harvard Kennedy School of Government. And his research today is digital human and national security. And for the second presenters is Mr. Ivan. Mr. Ivan is a dangerous person back in the day. He was the criminal mastermind of the biggest bank hacking heist that happened 10 years ago. And now Mr. Ivan is currently working for the CIA as the head of the security. But today he's here with us to tell his research about the cyber attack detection. And for the third speaker, lastly, Mr. Satrio Aji. Mr. Satrio Aji was a circus clown back in the day, but now he's currently working as a head of security department at Amazon Web Service. And now he's currently working on a project with NASA to send data from Earth to Mars via cloud computing. And his project now is same as his research. It's about data security in cloud computing. They are the expert of the computer security from all around the world, with a lot of research that they made by themselves. And so before the presentation starts, let me tell you how the presentation will go. The first speaker, which Mr. Abraham, will be invited to present the material about his research about digital human and national security. And after that, there will be a question and answer session followed by a conclusion by Mr. Abraham himself. And now allow me to welcome the speaker, the first speaker, Mr. Abraham David, to make his presentation. Mr. Abraham David? Is Mr. Abraham David here? So I guess Mr. Abraham David isn't coming yet. So let's maybe move on to the second presenter, which is Mr. Ivan Pradipta, with his research about role of deception in cyber attack detection. Come on, Mr. Ivan, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dean. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm gonna present about cybersecurity. Title is Cybersecurity, Role of Deception in Cyber Attack Detection. Udah kelihatan belum ya?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. First, I will introduce you to cyber infrastructure. The increasing reliance of our information age industries, government, and economies on cyber infrastructure make them more and more vulnerable to cyber attacks. In their most destructive form, cyber attacks target the enterprise, military, government, or other infrastructural resources of a country and its citizens. According to 2015 Global Security Report, 98% of tests with application were found vulnerable of cyber security attack. Okay. Next is about deception in cybersecurity. Deception is referred as an interaction between two people or parties, a target and a deceiver, in which the deceiver effectively causes the target to believe as true as precise false description of reality. And there is a various technique. First, chain in malware signature. Second is conceal code and logic. Third is encrypt exploits. And fourth is social engineering. And way to learn about cybersecurity is one way to study about cybersecurity is through a non-cooperative dynamic game. The deception game is a sequential single-player game, a game between a hacker and the system. The hacker can probe only one of the web server once or can choose not to probe before attacking one of the web server for real. And how to play is there are multiple rounds in this game, where each round consists of probe stage and unstage and an attack stage. In the probe stage, hacker is asked to either probe any one of two web server, whether web server is a honeypot or the real regular website. Hacker goal is to attack the regular web server, and after that, the hacker will choose and make decision is he will attack the web server or not. Okay, that is from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ivan. That's such an interesting presentation from Mr. Ivan. So does anyone want to ask question about the role of deception in cyber attack detection that Mr. Ivan just presented? Anyone want to ask something? Okay, Mrs. Nesha is the first one, and Mr. Stefan Wisang is the second. Anyone else? Anyone want to ask? Okay, Mr. Christian Basit. So let me make note here, Mr. Nisha, Mr. Step, and Mr. Kasit. Okay, that's it. Okay, so Miss. Oh, okay, edit, and the last one is edit. Okay, you can. Okay, Nisha, you can ask the question for Mr. Ivan.
Okay, this question is for Mr. Ivan. What are the risks of using honeypot?
Okay, Mr. Ivan. So Nisha is asking, what is the trick of using the what's called honey pop? Yeah. Mr. Ivan, you can-
Okay.
Oh, tricks.
Tricks or risks? Tricks or risks?
Miss Nisha, can you repeat the question again?
I already write in the chat.
Oh, okay. What are the risks of using honeypot?
I
What
think
are
there
the
is no risk because honeypot is a web server that decoys that pretend to be a regular web server. It's used to trap the hackers.
So there are no risk. It's just they're
I
gonna
think
trap
there's
the
no risk.
hackers. Okay. So is that answer the question, Miss Nisha?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, that's answer the question. So the next question is from Mr. Stepanus Wisang. Mr. Stepanus Wisang, you can ask.
My question is, what is a game that apply cloud computing? Thank you.
Okay. Maybe you can search on Google for maybe called Hacker Simulator. It can be game that you can use for learn about cloud security. Maybe other game is like Tasker or Hackmat can be used for hacker learning.
Okay. Is it answer the question, Mr. Stefanus Wisang?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. So the next is Mr. Christian Kasit. What's your question? Mr. Christian Kasit, still no sound, maybe mic problem.
Test.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Previously, I want to say that this was interesting material, and now I will ask for Mr. Rifan that why cybersecurity is important for the future in this world. Thank you.
Okay, so why is cybersecurity is important for the future, Mr. Kasit say?
Okay. I think because it's now everyone is using cloud storage, I think, and cybersecurity. Our information, maybe it will be safe if our like I said before, the increasing of reliance of our information aids industry, government, and economies on cyber infrastructures make them more and more vulnerable to cyber attacks. And if it's not safe, gimana ya? Maybe cybersecurity is protect our information.
Okay, so cybersecurity protect our information, so it's safe for the future,
Yeah.
right there. Okay, so
I think it's very important.
It's very important. Yes, of course, cybersecurity is very important for maybe your personal data or everything is really important. Okay, so is it answering the question, Mr. Is answer your question, Mr. Is it?
Yes, sure.
Okay,
Thank you to Mr. Rifan.
Okay, that's nice. So the last person, Miss Edith Felicia Putri. What's your question for Mr. Ivan?
I want to address a question to Mr. Ivan. You said that deception makes targets believe as through a precise false description of reality. How can deception be used in cyber attacks, and what is the correlation with the game you just showed?
Is that clear enough, Mr. Ivan, the question?
No, can you write?
Oh, maybe yeah, you can
Man.
write it on the chat box so Mr. Ivan can read it. So because your voice is kind of crashing. How come deception can be used in cyber attack, and what is the correlation with the game you just showed? That's the question.
Okay.
What's the correlation with the game you just showed, Mr. Ivan? The main question is that. No, not the main, but there's still how come deception can be used in cyber attacks.
The correlation.
Yes, the correlation with the game you just showed.
Wait.
Okay. We can wait for Mr. Ivan to think about the answer. Mr. Ivan is the best criminal mastermind back in that day. He was robbing a bank with his technique of hacking. So it's cool.
The correlation with the game I just showed before is
Okay, so I think we have some technical issues here. We can pause for a moment.
okay. The correlation with the game I showed before is like, yeah, maybe the game is like one of the various technique that you can learn. So
Mr. Ivan, wait, Mr. Ivan. Okay. There's still issues. Let's just wait for a moment.
So sorry, the breakout room is set in only 18 minutes or 20 minutes. So wait, let me fix this, okay? Wait, I will close again. Wait. Please forgive me, please. Wait for a minute, yeah? Yeah, please go to the breakout rooms. Mr. Alapisanta, you may continue. Thank you.
Okay, so there's been technical issues lately. So, Mr. Ivan, you can continue the answer.
Okay. The correlation with the game I just showed before. I think it's like deception. Maybe from the game it's like a honeypot. Honeypot is it fun. Wait. Maybe the tricks like deception is on the honeypot that pretend to be a regular web server.
That's your answer, Mr. Ivan?
Yeah.
Okay, so did that answer your question, Miss Edith Felicia Putri? Does that answer?
Yeah, so the deception can be found in the game.
Is that true, Mr. Ivan? What Edith
Gimana?
said? Can you repeat again, Miss Edith?
The deception can be found in the game.
Oh, yeah. So, Miss Edith just said that. So deception can be found in the games.
Yeah, like I think deception is like a trick too, I think.
There are 2 or 3 deceptions in the game, so like that. What you
Yeah,
said.
like yeah.
Okay, so does that answer your question, Miss Edith?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, that's answer the question. So, any more question for Mr. Ivan Pradipta while he's here? Any more question? So I guess there's no more question for Mr. Ivan. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ivan, for presenting the your research today. So next we go to the next presenter. Perhaps Mr. Abraham David is here. Is Mr. Abraham David already here? I guess not yet. So let's go move on to the third presenters of today, which is Mr. Satrio Aji. That was a circus clown back in the day, but now he was the head of security department at Amazon Web Service now. So come on, Mr. Satrio Aji, with his research that data security and privacy in cloud computing. The stage is yours, Mr. Satrio.
Okay. So from being a circus clown to NASA computer engineer, now I have some research about data security in cloud computing. So many of you maybe heard what is about cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing has been envisioned as the generation paradigm in computation. It is some new technology that many of us use recently. The explanation of cloud computing from the National Institute of Standards and Technology is that cloud computing enable ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. An example network, server, storage, application, and services that can be rapidly provisioned and released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction. So cloud computing will enable us to use services to be consumed easily on demand. So maybe you're wondering, how does it work? Let me give you an example. If you have some pretty good personal computer with a great processor, you can place it on your home and connect it to internet. Then you can bring your smartphone or laptop, or maybe your friend laptop. You can use it to access that PC from your home, from everywhere. As long as it connected to internet, you can use that PC from everywhere you want to. So maybe you're wondering, if it's connected to internet, what are the flaws? There are many flaws in cloud computing, such as the risk of getting your data stolen, especially when it's connected to a public Wi-Fi. You can get your data stolen and your personal information can be used by the person who stole your data for their own benefits. Maybe you don't want that, right? But in cloud computing, we have the solution. There are these 4 solutions in cloud computing to still use cloud computing in our daily basis. The first solution is data integrity. What is data integrity? Data integrity is protecting data from unauthorized deletion, modification, or fabrication. Now, the second one is data confidentiality. To authentication and access control strategy are used to ensure your data confidentiality. And then third one is data availability. When there is accident such as hard disk damage, IDC fire, and network failure occur, the extent that user data can be used or recovered and how the user verify their data by techniques rather than depending on the credit guarantee by the cloud service provider alone. And the last but not least, it's the maybe most important one, is your data privacy. Privacy is the ability of an individual or group to schedule themselves or information about themselves, thereby reveal them selectively. Privacy has the following elements, such as what data you want to be privated, on what extent your data will be privated, and to whom your data can be viewed. So the conclusion is cloud computing is a promising and emerging technology for the next generation of IT application. The barrier and hurdles toward rapid growth of cloud computing are data security and privacy issues. Reducing data storage and processing costs is a mandatory requirement of any organization, while analysis of data and information is always the most important task in all organizations for decision making. Thank you for listening. That's all my presentation. If you have any question, you can ask them in the chat box.
Okay, such a nice presentation and such a nice design from Mr. Satrio Aji. And by the way, thank you for saying that I'm a trash.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. So
Yeah.
okay, so do we have any question for Mr. Satrio Aji now? I actually want to ask some question later. So you can raise your hands if you want to ask. Raise your hand first, and then I will call you. Any question for Mr. Satrio? Okay, Nisha's the first question. And then anyone? Who? Sorry? Just Nisha? Is it just Nisha want to ask some question? Okay, Mr. Stefanus. Just a second. Anyone else want to ask something? Okay, Mr. Kasit. And for the fourth, maybe? It's a free score. Okay, Miss Edith. And anyone? Mr. Ivan, you can ask too if you want something for a free score. Oh, okay. So Miss Freani want to ask too. Mr. Ivan, you don't want to ask something?
Okay.
No? No. Freani, wait. Okay. It's Naisha first who wants to ask. Okay, Naisha, the stage is yours. You can ask something. You can ask.
This question is for Mr. Satrio. How a cloud service provider ensures data integrity during transmission data? Thank you.
You get that, Mr. Satrio?
Yes. Can I answer it now? Oh yeah. So by using preferred databases, such as there are many engines in databases that used by cloud computing. You can use maybe PostgreSQL. That's the best for data integrity that can protect your data. That's through modification and editation. So your data integrity will be fine using Postgre engine. Maybe that's answer the question.
Does that answer the question, Miss Nisha?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, that's answer the question. So the second is Mr. Stefanus. You can ask the question. One.
Thank you for the opportunity. For Mr. Satrio, what is cloud computing application or services that you personally use on a daily basis?
Okay, that I personally use. For my personal use, I use AWS Cloud Computing. That is their EC2 program. I use it.
So AWS security
Yes.
computing. Okay.
Yes, AWS Amazon Web Service Cloud Computing EC2. Yes.
You work there too right now, yes?
Yes.
So you use it daily basis. Okay. So does that answer your question, Mr. Stefanus Wisal?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so the next asker, Mr. Christian Kasit, you can ask the question.
Thank you for the time. I will ask for Mr. Satrio. How do we grow a sense of joy towards cybersecurity? Thank you.
Okay. Growing sense of joy. Maybe if the cloud computing is more developed and commercially used, we can grow our confidence in sense of joy in using cloud computing by the data security. By generalizing it, we can do that. Is that answer the question?
Sure. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, so let's
Okay.
answer the question. So the next is Miss Edith Felicia Putri. You can ask the question for Mr. Satrio Aji.
I would like to address the question. What is the kind of authentication is used to ensure confidentiality in cloud computing?
Okay, the authentication used in AWS alone, they provide a personal key that used by the user. So the data will always be privated to use that users alone by that key. Only certain people who have the key who can access the data for authorization purpose. Is that answer the question?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
So there will be what's called OTP, right? One time code, like,
code.
Yeah, okay. I understand. Okay, so for the last question is from Miss Rayani. So Miss Rayani, you can ask the question for Mr. Satrio Aji.
I want to ask why many users don't trust cloud provider and providers cloud stroke service.
Okay, many users don't trust cloud computing. Maybe because it's not generally used yet, and it's not developed morely by the. There's still a flaw in the data security. So many people don't use it on their daily basis. But if there's more development towards it, we can use it generally, and more people will use it on daily basis. Is that answer the question?
Is that answer the question, Miss Rayani?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Oh,
No,
okay,
no,
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that's answer the question. So it's like the users did want to leave their comfort zone, so they didn't use the cloud computing for daily basis, right?
Yes.
Like what? Okay, so for my question is Okay, so I think that's the last question. So this is the last question actually.
Yeah.
Is Google Drive actually a cloud computing method? Maybe there's like a method on Google Drive that we use daily.
Okay, so Google Drive is partially cloud computing. It's
Partially
not cloud computing, but it's a cloud storage space that uses cloud services.
Yeah, cloud service. Oh,
It's partially cloud computing.
partially cloud computing. Okay, so I think that's answered my question. Does
Okay.
it? Yeah, it's answered my question. Okay. So so that's I think is from Mr. Satrio Aji, who was a clown
Yes, cloud.
back then.
Yeah.
And now he's working at the AWS Amazon Cloud Computing. And now he's currently doing a project with NASA to send data from Earth to Mars using cloud computing. How that's really cool, right? From Earth to Mars. How far is that? So far, like me and her. I mean, so far. Okay, so the next that's all from Mr. Satrio Aji. It's such a good presentations and such a good research from Mr. Satrio Aji. So maybe for the next speaker, which is Mr. Abraham David, maybe he couldn't he's not yet come from the Zoom meeting. Mr. Abraham David is a department at the security of US Naval War College. Maybe he's doing a war right now, so he can come here because he was at the US Naval War College. He's on a war right now, maybe, so he didn't come. Does he come? No, I think not. Okay, so Mr. Abraham David is not here. Maybe someone want to ask something from the.
Excuse me, Mr. Atisanta, perhaps,
Yes.
because there is no more presenters. So the presenters here, or including you also, you may go to the breakout rooms if you want.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry, ma'am. The main room.
no, you can go to the breakout rooms.
Go to the breakout
Right.
rooms.
So just tell me where you want to go, and then I will send you there. Okay.
Tell where we want to go or one by one.
Tell where you want to go. So Damianus, you want to go where? To room 1 or room 2?
Maybe I will go to. Let me search for. Maybe.
Can I go to,
Okay.
ma'am?
Sure.
So we go in a group, ma'am, or it's just me alone with
You alone.
Me alone. Okay,
Satrio Aji, you want to go to what room?
To Untung's room is, I think, the third.
Yeah,
I
room
want
2.
to go to the
Okay.
third room too, ma'am.
Yeah. Damianus also, you will go to room 2. What about Christian? Where do you want to go? Okay. Who is ready to go to what room? Ivan?
I think room 2, ma'am.
All right. Edith?
Room 1, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yeah, Christian?
I think I will go to third room.
Okay. Prini?
Group 1, ma'am.
Stefanus?
Room 2, ma'am.
Naisha?
Room 1, ma'am. 1.
Yeah, please go there.